All right, so the next topic is Xbox. Xbox. Not really doing what I want them to do. How I gotta accept that because apparently they are still successful and profitable. So Xbox, in my opinion, I would say Xbox haven't been proactive or good within making quality AAA games for these systems since I would say 2014, 2015. I would get them 2015 and under. Because I don't care what most people say. I don't care what everybody say. I think Xbox had a better launch lineup of first party exclusives day one on their system in the first year or two than PlayStation 4. I honestly believe that. I think they started off good and somewhere down the line, shit just went left. It just went left for them. I don't know what, I know what, me personally, I think I know what happened. I think Xbox hired Phil Spencer. I think they hired him right like a couple of months after the Xbox came out. They replaced him with Don Matrick. I think Don Matrick, everything else Don Matrick was trying to do or was leading, I understood it from him from a standpoint, but at the end of the day, it was bad for consumers. DRM, even though DRM is still there with Xbox, it's not there as like prevalent like how they was gonna do it, but DRM is still there on Xbox, and DRM is there on other systems as well. But it's not as prevalent how they was gonna do it. But he got rid of DRM. Eventually, they stopped selling the Xbox One with the Kinect. They made it about games. Now, was the system still getting outsold by the PS4? Yes, but it's only getting outsold by like a million or two in the beginning. It wasn't a huge gap or leap into it. A couple years after, it's like Xbox is just not competing with quality games no more. Quality AAA games that you only find on this system. I think that would hurt it Xbox at the end of the day. Yeah, Xbox One had a rocky launch, but it was still a solid launch. They sold a million in the first 24 hours. Were they still trading behind Sony? Yes, but it's not like they was trading like they only sold like 20,000 systems and Sony sold 10 million out the gate. No, 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 no. Xbox One was doing numbers. A lot of people enjoyed the Xbox, and the thing is, a lot of the negative press that Xbox One had coming out, it was mainly in the hardcore gamer space. It was mainly only hardcore gamers was picking it up. Yes, it could have trickled down to the casual gamers. And I will admit, I do believe PlayStation has a bigger brand than Xbox. But man, I don't know what happened. And I know what happened. Phil Spencer happened. Phil Spencer, for the most part, he didn't make everything about Xbox pretty good, except for having quality AAA games. He made sure there's good systems out there. He created Game Pass. He made sure people have body wash theme Xbox stuff. He's the person who talked to the community. Everything is for the most part in the Xbox division. He made sure there was some form of backwards compatibility with the Xbox systems. Everything Phil Spencer did has been great, except for managing these studios to create quality AAA games, and that's something he has not been able to do at all, at all. And I finally understand it. I finally understand it why. He just recently did an interview, the xcast or something, and in the interview he literally said good games won't help us compete. And I'm like, no wonder. It finally makes sense now. It finally makes sense. He believed honestly Xbox is going to be in third, and they're going to stay in third forever to PlayStation and to Nintendo. That it seemed like he don't even want to be a part of the console race no more. He want it to be a part of more of a future where you can have Game Pass on your phone, you can have Game Pass on your TV, you can have Game Pass anywhere or Xbox stuff anywhere, and that's what they want. But then, if that's the case, if that's the case, honestly, and that's the future, wouldn't PlayStation and Microsoft, wouldn't PlayStation and Nintendo be doing the same thing? So if they start following that format, what do you do to compete with them? Do you go back to trying to bring back the console? Because gaming is gaming. If you honestly, you still a competitor to them, no matter what you say. And it's okay to be third. It's okay to be third. But I realized this guy, now he could have been saying that to make himself seem like, have pity for him, has some sympathy with the regulators in the UK so they can help the Activision deal go through better. Or he might genuinely think that, and I think he genuinely thinks that. I think he knows that in a lot of these territories, especially Japan is a territory that I don't. It's okay. It's okay to be third there. It's understandable. They focus on PC stuff and mobile. It's understandable. It's understand that the US has PlayStation has its US on lock for the most part. It's understandable. I think Xbox does has like Mexico on lock with their games. But me personally, I finally get it. He doesn't think making good quality AAA games is not gonna help them compete, which is pretty dumb to say. Because yes, it does. Nintendo, I honestly think as a person who don't even really enjoy Nintendo games, you can go to any Nintendo customer, any Nintendo fan, and ask them, has there ever been a generation of systems, a generation where you felt like Nintendo didn't deliver good games? They're gonna tell you no. Nintendo, for the most part, has consistently delivered solid games on every platform they did for the most part. You want to know why they did that? Nintendo main business is games, so they gotta compete. You want to know why? If you go to a generation, to the PlayStation fans, and ask them, has there been a generation of games where you felt like PlayStation didn't do what they needed to do? I'm gonna tell you no. As a PlayStation fan, I'm gonna say no. Every generation they delivered, especially during the PS3 generation. In my eyes, it was their best generation, but every generation they delivered. You go to Microsoft, because, well, let's go back to PlayStation. You want to know why? Because their main business is games. Yes, they under Sony, but their most profitable division is PlayStation, if I'm not mistaken. Now you go to somebody like Microsoft, their gaming division is just like an afterthought, in my opinion, which is understandable. To what they are, to all the other stuff they're doing out there, it's just really an afterthought. Look like, but hey, it's still there, And if you do want to compete, you do got to make good games, and if you want to have good subscription numbers or whatever, you got to be able to compete with good games. That's something I think Don Matrick focused on. That's why I think the beginning of the Xbox One generation was great, and the 360 generation was great, and I think the OG Xbox era was great as well. I think Don Matrick is part of the OG Xbox era as well. But unfortunately, I don't ever think we're gonna get good AAA games from them, in good quality, because apparently the Xbox division is still profitable, and they still are successful. So if people are still supporting them without these big AAA quality exclusive games, then unfortunately, I don't ever think we're gonna get stuff from them that's gonna really make them try. And at this point, it's just there to exist. I mean, at this point, EA has put out better AAA exclusive games than Microsoft at this point, which is actually pretty sad. But anyway, my name's Delta Gamer. This is the Real Man Real Gamer podcast. Thanks for watching.